Okay guys, this is my first attempt at making a saltwater aquarium. I have a 125 gallon tank here. I've had it for 8 years as a freshwater tank, and about a month ago I took all the bedding from that tank out, the freshwater tank, and cleaned it out and put in 80 pounds of crushed coral, and also I have 100 pounds of live rock. See, some of the rock has some color to it, and some of the rocks are actually have some algae growing on it. Got my cleanup crew in there, little critters, and I'm actually ordering another 100 pounds of live rock that's coming from Florida. It's supposed to be really good rock that has a lot of live growth, sea urchins, lots of neat little stuff on it. So this tank is going to look amazingly different within the next week. I also have these new lights. You can see that they're Kessel, and they're tuna blue. You can actually adjust the color. You can see how it turns more blue with the adjustment of a dial. I need to work on setting up a timer or something to that effect, but see how it changes, totally changes the effect of the tank. It's kind of cool. So along with 125 gallons on here, I have an overflow box here. So the water comes from the tank, overflows back into the overflow box, and you see it comes out of that box, goes into the back of my tank, where you can see down here, comes into here. Now as it comes into this sump that I have here, I have 3 socks in there. That's the first chamber. Comes into the sump, and let me turn on the lights here. Wow, here we go. My little second compartment is a little refugium that I'm making. I'm growing some algae in there to help with nitrate. And I've got a protein skimmer in the third chamber, and I just put in automatic top off. I was tired of putting 2 gallons of water, and then I didn't really have very good water. It was just tap water, and I had to kind of take out all the chemicals and so forth out of that with some solution, which I didn't really like doing. So found out that the best thing to do is to do RO water, which is reverse osmosis water. And I have this little line right here that comes into this little top off valve set right in there to the water line. So as soon as that water evaporates, it comes in and drops in some more RO water. And you'll see, I'm going to show you where this line goes, because it took me quite some time to put this together yesterday, but it's so nice to not have to do that. See, I have this line, I don't know if you can see it, it's going right into the floor right there. Floor, and it goes into my basement where I've got my RO system. And I'll show you that in a second. So I've got a couple heaters in here as well. Got 2 heaters, and I did all this plumbing here myself for the tank. You can see right down here is a pump down the bottom there, and there's a check valve. Check valve comes up here and goes out to the back. On the back side, you can see where I have plumbing coming out right down there, one going over to the other side of the tank, a jet, and then the other guy coming up here and coming out. One thing that was kind of that I learned about was that you have to get these little valves on the output, because if you got too much of a jet coming in, not enough suction going out, then your level is not going to be right, and you'll overflow, and it just doesn't work. So that was one of my things that I had to learn about, was making sure I get my little adjustable flow control valve right there. Another neat little thing I got here was something, it's called aquaripure, and this is another filter system that I have here for the nitrates. And basically it just, there's a little pump in the bottom of my sock chamber, pumps it through this nitrate filter, and then pumps it right back over here. You can see it's kind of dripping. Just does a little drip drip, and drips right back into it. So again, I've only had this for 1 month, and I'm trying to make it as much self-sufficient way that I possibly can, and make it a coral tank with some fish, of course, but mainly corals. So I'm going to run downstairs, and you guys can see what I have into the basement. There we go. Let's take a little basement doggies. Go down to the basement here. In the basement, into my furnace room. Okay, this is my furnace room, and go around the other side here. You see, this is where I have my RO unit that I just put in and installed. Basically, I've got a line that comes off of my cold water, comes down here to the input of my RO unit. I apologize, I don't have a lot of space in here, so it looks like it's really big, but that's my RO system, and I installed that on the wall. Got a little shut-off valve LT here, because that T goes to my refrigerator, because this is great water to drink. So this little tube goes up and around through my ceiling here, and all the way through my crawl space to the other end of the house, and up through the floor and into my tank. Hope you guys enjoyed learning a little bit about what I've been doing so far, and I'll keep you updated. Thanks.